There we go. We aren't late. It's 6 o'clock on the dot. It takes a second. It was sitting there connecting. Hello, good evening. Mike's here. He's dilly-dallying as per usual, I guess. But he'll be out, I'm sure, once he hears me out here talking to myself. I tried to rally him, but we've got Frankie's got her girlfriends over right now. They're having a slumber party. So pray for me tonight. But I made them chicken soup. They just ate dinner. And then I'm gonna make them some popcorn on the stove top after the live tonight. And I'm having some adult hot cocoa. It's got some of that peppermint bark stuff in it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Good evening. Good evening. What is going on? I know everybody's probably, kind of still unwinding from the busy holiday, and maybe you still have relatives visiting, or maybe you're still visiting. So I feel that tonight will be a smaller group, which I'm okay with. Like, I know Auntie Ann is with food. She will be moderating for us tonight. She's so sweet. She always texts me when she can't make a live. So let me don't ever feel like you have to be there. Like, I appreciate you so much. But anyway, I hope she feels better, because I'm sure there's Mike's shuffling on in now. He's making those lovely
Mike's tired
old man noises. He went out hunting alone when I had the girls, and he went out hunting this evening. But
well, last time Frankie had food and hunt, I got a deer.
That's true. Well, you can't say it like that. She accidentally turned her alarm off. I mean, that happens to people when they're late for work, or, I mean, it happens. It wasn't like she didn't want to go. She just literally hit the wrong.
Hey, I actually went to silver, and we have not hunted silver yet. We've been watching this big buck on silver, and he hasn't come out during daylight, but he's come out really close to daylight, like right after dusk and right before dawn, and he's getting gutsier and gutsier. And we got this footage of him just coming through, head down, chasing two does, one peeled left, one peeled right. And I was like, on the off chance that he decides to come out in the daylight and the wind was blowing, I was like, I'll give it a shot. Went out there, saw nothing. No deer.
Hello, Backroad Freedom. What's up, Justin? Hello, Brian from Painter Farmhouse. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, Jen. I have your child. She actually ate more tonight than the other two girls, believe it or not. She ate most of her soup. I didn't give her quite as much as I gave the two girls, but she ate most of it.
I think she ate considerably less than the other two girls, personally. I think she ate a larger percentage of what she was served. She was served a smaller portion.
Not that much smaller. I thought I did a lot smaller, but then I realized I gave her.
But I don't think any of them like.
Frankie finished hers. Morgan didn't. But Morgan ate a banana right before.
I had seconds. And now I'm comatose.
He is. That's what happens when I
I'm
make
like
my chicken
coma.
I know. I'm making some firecrackers tonight.
Well, I got up early because Frankie did hunt with me this morning, and we got skunked. And then I wasn't going to hunt this evening, but I thought, I'll pop down there for a little while. So, and then tomorrow morning, Frankie's not going to hunt because she got a house full of girlfriends. So
I'm trying to living wild and free. What is going on?
Trying to decide if I'm going to go hunt by myself in the morning again. I only want that one buck right now. I don't want to shoot any other bucks before Frankie gets hers. But if Mongo steps out, I'm putting him on the wall.
I know. We were talking about it on the way home, and she said, "No, I'm okay with that as long as our team gets it."
I guarantee you, every neighbor in this area has got him on trail cam and is pining for him. He's a monster.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, so still Frankie still has not gotten her first deer, but I think probably Friday they'll go out again.
Well, it's funny is if you guys
Thursday evening, actually.
Thursday evening we'll go. Thursday evening.
Yeah, because I'll take the girls back before.
The girls will be gone. We need to go out by 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So I have to have her back early. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get out there in time to settle down before.
All right. I'll do my best. I will do my best to get her back in time for that.
Well, your best better be good enough.
So, all right.
Well, she doesn't have to go with you to take the girls back.
Yeah, but if I take them to Tupelo and we're coming back from Tupelo, then.
Oh, you're taking them to Tupelo?
Well,
tomorrow?
it's not decided. I might. But I don't know what's going on yet because there's life. I don't know. Hello, treasure hunter. What's up, Charlene? Hello.
Well, it would be bad if she didn't hunt Thursday evening because there's a storm front coming in Friday.
I'll make sure she's back. Worst case scenario, I'll drop her and then take the girls.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
I mean, unless she says she doesn't want to.
Oh no, she's gonna want to hunt. She's gonna want to hunt. And the girls will be fine. I mean, without Frankie for the whole trip home. Like, they'll live.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out into the workshop tonight, maybe, unless I just fall asleep, and butcher some deer. It started to thaw out. It's still cold, but at least it's not frozen solid. So
Yeah, it got cold.
yeah, maybe I just don't. Maybe I just go to bed early and
I don't know what you're
butcher it tomorrow morning instead of hunting.
You're looking at me. I don't know.
Um,
You do you, boo.
Sometimes I look at strange things while I'm working.
The best
something
time
out
to
in my
tag
head.
that big buck is before dark. He will show up chasing a doe when you don't expect it.
Yeah, look, during the rut.
Without pictures, they're every day we gotta see pictures or Mike's just telling stories. They want to see pictures from the trail cam.
Okay.
I'll try to maybe on our next sippin' and spillin', I will, if he can pull one of the things for me from the trail cam, I'll just pop it in so
Hold
you
on,
guys
I
can
think I
see
got
it.
it on my phone. Right
Oh, you
now.
got it on your phone?
Because I sent a clip of it to somebody.
Oh, well, there you go. God bless you. This one, oh my goodness, you guys, I took the dogs outside today to give them a real good like brushing because they needed it. And I've got a dog groomer coming to actually give them a really good scrub down and trim their nails because they won't let me trim their nails. Lundy specifically gets really like, she'll only let strangers do it because she's weird, you know. Anyway, so I was trying to give them a good brush out and then doing their dry shampoo thing on them. And these big, I mean, you could make an entire dog with what I brushed off of both of them, right? This one over here is rolling around in it, catching it in the air and acting like it's catnip. It was the funniest thing. I wish I would have been filming, but I had my hands full with the dogs.
I got a million clips of Frankie in the deer stand.
Oh, you're literally going to sit on he's grabbing your leg. Uncle, come on, buddy. You got, ow. So vicious. You're so vicious. Okay. Well, that's not working. Tried to move them.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Tilt it a little more. Okay. There's, oh, well.
I gotta turn it on.
Gotta turn it on. There it is. That's a doe. That's a doe. That's a buck. He's like, ladies, let me show you what I got.
Yeah.
Because his milkshake.
And that was at 6. That was at 6:30. So 45 minutes after it was dark, probably.
Oh, 6:30 at night. That was. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But he was on the hunt for some whitetail. That's why they call it chasing tail.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
That's where it came from. That's what Mike's
Bucks.
sticking to. Bucks chasing tail. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping Frankie gets a deer this week because I feel like if she doesn't get one this week, it's going to become more challenging.
Well,
potentially.
I mean, it's just different. It's just different. This is the ideal week probably for her to get a buck.
Steak on the hoof. That's right.
Because you know, with the rut going on, the bucks are a little careless. But you know, the mature bucks like that guy, they're not all that. Like I've seen some smaller 8 points on camera in the middle of the day, like 11 o'clock in the middle of the deer plot. But the big mature guys, you know, they're still careful. I mean, they got that big by being careful.
Right.
So.
Oh, David Glunt says somebody got him that bearskin 2.0 hoodie for Christmas, and it's much nicer than the original.
Oh, really?
That's what he
Bearskin
said.
2.0. Yeah, I saw an ad for that. I'm probably gonna wind up buying it.
I almost got him one, but the problem was he mentioned it to me a couple of times, and I remembered the name wrong because you know those, what is it called, bear paw? And I kept, yeah, because those are those fake boots that you can like knock off Uggs or whatever. And I kept thinking it was bear paw, not bear skin. And I was like, why can't I find it? And I can't ask him about it because
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a bearskin.
yeah, I was gonna get it for him for
It's
Christmas.
got a lot of cool zippers on it. It's got a better pocket than this.
I do like this sweatshirt though.
This is, yeah,
it's a good one.
it's a good sweatshirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Somebody said, they'd like to see Frankie get that buck. I'd love to see Frankie get that buck. But somebody's gonna get that buck. He could go another year, but
How long did deer live? We looked it up one day. It's like 10 years or something like that.
not very often.
Well, but I mean, like, if they were left on a preserve.
A 5.5-year-old buck is a mongo.
Well, I don't know.
And that buck right there was probably a 4.5-year-old buck. So, the thing is, on the days Frankie can't hunt, I've got to try to hunt because otherwise one of our neighbors is going to get it.
And if you don't, we could miss out on filling the freezer, which we need to do.
Well, as soon as Frankie gets her deer, I'm filling the freezer.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go. I don't want to go shooting the woods up and, scaring everything off before Frankie gets her buck. And then once she gets her deer, then I'm gonna whack one or two more and make sure the freezer's full.
Thank you, Justin. Backward Freedom says everyone hit that thumbs up. That's right. Hit that thumbs up button. That's right.
Is that a rain defender? No, it's a car.
I guess they have like 3 different ones.
Unless he's talking to yours.
No, I think he's talking to yours. I don't think so because we were talking about your sweatshirt. I don't even know what mine is. I'm not fancy. I totally forgot what I was just gonna say. Somebody was talking about something.
Talking about the rain defender sweatshirt.
Oh, the Carhartt ones have like 3 different like settings. One is like medium, one is like heavy, and the heavy duty one has
midweight, like heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what it is. The heavy duty one has like what's that lining that's like windbreaker lining on the inside of the sleeves so that it doesn't pierce through and freeze you. Yeah, it's like no joke. Those were at the when we were in Tractor Supply. Frankie and I found those.
Man, I saw some Carhartt pants at at Scruggs. Carhartt pants.
We took a trip into Tupelo and went to Scruggs and Tractor Supply the day after Christmas.
So Scruggs had these Carhartt pants that have flannel lining on the inside, and they're like that thick. Mm-hmm. I mean, these things look so warm. The only problem is they only had them in like fawn. So
you'd have to just like.
I really don't think you want to dress like a deer.
No, but
during deer season,
you might get humped.
Or shot in the hump.
That too.
Yeah, I'm not wearing anything that's fawn color in deer season.
No, but you could put like brown and green like leaves, like stamps on it. Like paint, fabric paint. Take a leaf.
Why do I want leaves?
You want camouflage.
I wear jeans when I hunt.
But I'm saying if you wanted to wear those.
Yeah, I just don't feel like you need to hide from the deer with camouflage. They don't see very well.
Then wear your red after 5 cocktail gown. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I'm talking about hunters. I don't want to be the color of a deer when there's potential a hunter out there.
David says they make your balls sweaty.
Sweaty? Sweaty?
Oh, Carhartt makes a rain defender too, Jefferson Epstein says.
Hey, Tim's in here, Ridge Life. Hey, Tim, I meant to call you back, man.
Mike gotta start hunting from the truck.
I was hunting when you tried to call me, dude. and I didn't answer, and then I forgot to call you back.
He's like, seriously though, how much water do you drink while you hunt? So they put the case of water out there so that they have it for whenever they go hunting, that there's water in there. Not like we need a case of water every time we're sitting out there.
No, we put a case of water in each of the stands.
So they don't have to take their big water bottle.
Yeah, so that we don't have to remember, because if you forget water, then you think you need it really bad. If it's not an option, you're like, oh man, I'm thirsty. I wish I had some water. You're not that thirsty. Come on, dude. It's like 6:30 in the morning. But now there's always water there.
Yeah. Drew's Lens, what's going on? Howdy, howdy. Lens is going to be, what is it, co-hosting / whatever, I guess, just on the live tonight with Vineyard Farmhouse with Brian.
He's driving, can't chat.
Roger that. You better park before you do your live with Brian, though. Just a recommendation.
So, yeah, Tim, sorry, man. I should text you, but I had my phone in a little thing, using it as one of my cameras, and I just didn't want to take all that apart because it's kind of noisy to take the phone out of there and put it back in.
Doze before bros.
So I just looked at it.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
That was a good one.
And I just ignored it. And I looked at it and I ignored it until it stopped buzzing.
Oh, come on. That was
At
really
least
funny.
I had it on silent.
Come on. Doze before bros. That was funny. That was like epic.
I don't know if it was epic.
That was pretty funny.
I mean, the problem is most guys wouldn't brag about being doe hunters.
Whatever. It was,
so,
but I can't, if I say
we could work on.
But
something we could work
on.
But
it rhymes.
It rhymes.
If I say a buck before,
I mean, come on.
I can't rhyme it with
There's
something
some rhyming
appropriate
that goes
there. Not that's YouTube friendly.
A buck before a.
Michael. No. So hold on. So Tim says that both you and he got deer before David, so the pressure's really on for David now because he hasn't gotten any deer.
Yeah.
Yes, my dad jokes are epic.
Here's the thing. I believe David's probably he's probably down a box of ammo because he's probably taking about 20 pop shots out there. I don't think there's a lack of deer in the state of Arkansas. I think homeboy just can't shoot straight. That's what I believe.
They all have wasting disease.
I don't know if they all do, but there's a lot of it up there.
Anthony says, how was your all's first Christmas in the SIP? It was wonderful. What a really nice holiday. Went to a really lovely Christmas Eve service at our church. And then we went over to a friend's house afterwards. And then earlier that day, we kind of vegged. Like I prepped a bunch of stuff, a bunch of the food, because I was making cinnamon rolls and stuff like that. So I had to prep all that stuff. And then we watched a cheesy Christmas movie and we opened our gifts.
Boy. There's some really, 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 really bad cheesy Christmas movies.
We watched a really
I think every year the cheesy Christmas movies get worse.
And we add a new catchphrase. So this year's new catchphrase was, "You're a treacherous dog walker."
No.
Yes.
You're a dog walking traitor.
I will still screw it up. See? I can't.
You're a dog walking traitor.
I feel like it should be a dog walking.
Oh no. Not rodeo. Oh man.
The acting is
on
yeah,
point.
It was good. But yeah, so those are our new catchphrases for because Bones helped that one.
Sid doesn't know them.
I still screw them up, but
yeah,
I don't know. So,
but I don't know. There's something about a really bad Christmas movie that had good intentions and just failed. You have to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. In the cup, I've got hot cocoa with a little bit of a splash of Kahlua and some peppermint bark rum chata stuff.
Huh. Deer can see blue very good. Didn't know that. I'll fact check that. But either way, if I'm in a blind, for me it's just a matter of
where can I get some of Sid's buck lure, the milkshake?
I know. I did put
for those
out.
of you that didn't watch today's Sippin' and Spillin', it's worth it to watch it just for that brilliant little gem that I threw out there.
She invented something. Yeah.
I did.
I did put out some mineral. I bought some deer cane powder. It's kind of like iocane powder, but for deer. And
That's not at all what it's like.
No.
That's
No.
like putting out rat poison.
I just wanted to see if I could make you spit your hot cocoa on
No.
your computer. No, so deer cane, they make a liquid, but they also make a powder. So I got the powder and mixed it with a jug of warm water. And then I went out and I literally dumped it right on a scrape. So, you know, they say to basically make a scrape, you know, scrape the ground out about 3 feet. But I have so many scrapes out there. I've probably got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 scrapes just around the perimeters of my 2 food plots.
Still on yourself. Is that from dinner?
No telling.
It's what?
No telling.
No telling.
So I just went over to one of those scrapes and just poured it right in there. I may run them off. I mean, it may run them off from that scrape, but it may not. So we'll see. Either way.
Yeah. For those of you, a couple of people just asked. For those of you who just joined us, no, Frankie did not get her first deer yet. They are going to go out again tomorrow night and see if they can.
Everybody else got their first deer.
I didn't, but I also didn't go hunting.
Ryan got a deer. Our buddy.
Ross
and
got
our
one.
neighbor Ross got a deer, which is in the cooler in our
Will
backyard
got
right
two
now. Well, Will got another deer.
Mm-hmm. He's literally popping them right out like that little.
Yeah.
Like he's not hunting. He's just literally. They're like from me to you out the back door. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever, he's putting meat in the freezer.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So. Yeah. So now we're just trying to get Frankie a deer, and once she gets a deer, then I will shoot. I don't want maybe her and I'll like take every other day or something after that. Who's the shooter that day?
Yeah. We did not watch A Christmas Story. I actually do not like that movie. I've watched. I think it traumatized me as a kid. I always felt really bad for Ralphie, and every time it was on, I'd watch part of it, and then I would like turn it off.
Is that the one that
you're gonna shoot your eye out? Yeah. They always
dude.
like. I feel bad because like he's taking his lumps like the whole movie, and I don't like it, and I don't like the family's kind of. I don't know. Anyway, I just not one of my. It's not on my classic roster. I don't watch it. So,
Jen's
but I
like,
did
yes,
watch
sir.
It's a Wonderful Life.
We got 2 right out the kitchen door. Well, he was saying that he wanted to get a second one before he took the first one to the processor. He wanted to take them both at the same time. So that's perfect.
He got another one, or he found that processor too. So
no.
He called me from his mom's yelling for me to get out there and get the big buck we have, but I couldn't get out fast enough. That's funny. He's like stalking the deer while he's at his mom's up in Sardis, like a couple hours away. Telling her to go kill the deer that he sees on the trail cam. That's funny. Jen's like, no, thank you. I know. Sorry, I did watch It's a Wonderful Life. That to me is a good classic Christmas movie. I did watch that. Yeah, we didn't watch we watched the Christmas Chronicle ones the last couple years, but we didn't watch it this year.
Christmas?
The Christmas Chronicles one, the one with Kurt, the one on Netflix with Kurt.
Oh yeah.
Kurt, Goldie Hawn's husband.
Yeah.
Russell.
But I also like the ones with Tim Allen.
Yeah, I haven't watched those in a while. We did watch those.
He's funny, dude. He's pretty funny.
You going to Mid-American Meetup by MT in May? I got my campsite reserved. I have not actually talked to Mike about that. Terry messaged me about it from MT Homestead. They are putting on a meetup in May. I forget the exact campground thing it's at, but I don't I'm a little struggle bussy right now because I may have to go back to California in April for a visit, and I'm like, ooh, that'd be kind of back to back. Plus, spring is when things are going to really start popping off here. I don't know if it's the best time for us to be like, oh, we can finally start getting livestock and start doing stuff and peace out.
It's on.
Yeah.
So no, once we start, we can't leave. So we need to figure that out.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
accordingly.
Right. I mean, worst case, there'll probably still be times where I go to a meetup for YouTube and Mike doesn't just because of work and stuff.
Josh Ward's in the house. He said they're chasing now over by his house. They weren't chasing over there, just a couple days ago. But it sounds like they are now. No, Frankie did not get a deer yet. She went hunting this morning and we didn't see anything. And then she didn't go.
Tim says, me, David, and Mike won't get in any trouble, ... Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, there'll be no whiskey left.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
So, oh yeah. Oh, he's in his on his other channel, Ridge Life Reviews and How
Oh yeah, he's
Tos.
popping in, popping in, popping in.
Hey, which channel is your
Hey,
the way
Mr.
you
MT
cure your
Homestead,
deer?
what's going on, Mike?
I meant to go watch how you cure your deer, but I'm pretty sure I'm doing it the same way you do it. Well, not
Lindsay
cure, but
from
age.
Drew's Lens and from Into the Mist.
That's like
Okay, let me clarify.
That's like me saying Sid, Jen won't get in any trouble.
Sid and Jen don't get into trouble. Jen gets into trouble and Sid gets her out of it. I think that's more accurate.
I think that here's what I think. Fido, I think you encourage her.
I encourage her
early on.
I don't think that's accurate.
To a point, but then you know when to stop. And then you think it's a little funny that she goes a little further.
Well, no.
And then you're like, oh my God, she's went too far.
No, it's one thing if we're at like my house and I don't have to drive. But if we're out and I have to, and I'm the driver, then I'm like, this is not funny anymore. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I plead the fifth, she says. She knows it's true. She knows how many times I've wrangled her.
Hey.
Danny says, that's your story, Sid. Tell it any way you want.
Oh yeah, Josh sent me a picture of a 9-point that he grunted in. I was doing a little grunting this evening out there, and I got no response. I didn't see nor hear any animals anywhere near me.
Did you take the hoot with you?
The grunt call?
Yeah, because you guys didn't take it
Do
this
that
morning.
again?
The hoot.
That's not what it sounds like.
No, it's not. But that's the. That's gross. That's not what it sounds like either.
It's closer.
It's gross. Listen.
Yes, I took it with me, and
But you guys didn't take it this morning because it was on the
we
coffee
did not
table.
take it this morning.
I put it in your office this morning because it was on the coffee table.
Frankie forgot it.
Clearly.
That's all right. Where that stand is, we don't want to grunt
Tim says
anywhere.
Mike was grunting behind a tree from all that fiber he's eating.
There you go. It's a true story. Yep.
Oh, that's cute. Nothing fancy is the name of your pontoon. Hold me on a mission. Those are my new wind chimes. I love them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that where we hunted this morning would be a good spot to use a grunt call anyway, because we're on the edge of a field and there's a creek behind us.
So you think it would just echo weird?
And we only hunt that spot when the wind's blowing a particular direction, and it's going to be too easy for the deer to make out where the noise is coming from and then just circle around and wind us before we ever see them. So
it's like a game of Battleship with these deer, huh?
Like mature bucks will not come to a grunt. Mature bucks will figure out where the grunt is, and then they'll circle around until they're downwind of whatever was making that noise, and then they'll start licking their nose, and then they'll try to figure out, they'll try to smell, they want to know what age is this buck that's grunting. Is, oh, that's not a buck, that's, Christian Dior. Bye-bye.
It's Christian Dior. Since when have you worn Christian Dior parfum?
That was the first thing that came to mind, and I knew that I didn't want to do a pause and try to think of Fahrenheit, which I now just thought of, which is.
I have no idea.
Christian Dior.
Is it? I don't know. I don't pay attention. Hi, handsome.
Pretty sure.
You just come bounding in from the field. You're so funny. You're so funny. Wind chimes are awesome. Yeah, this one is actually made in Corinth, I believe, which is just down the road a ways. And my girlfriend had them at her place, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, those are the prettiest wind chimes I've ever heard of." Like, and every time
they have a good tone to
they
them.
do, and every time we would be out on her patio, I would always comment about the wind chimes because I just think they sound so pretty. And so for Christmas, she got us the wind chimes. So
yeah, they got a really, really good tone to them.
They do. They're just very warm sounding. Was that a butt grunt?
15 people a time on the pontoon. Whoo!
That's a party right there.
Fahrenheit is Christian Dior.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Ha!
Whatever. That explains why it's expensive. You're bougie.
I'm bougie?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not near as bougie as you do.
Do you know how much my perfume costs?
Let's talk about how much jewelry you got compared to me. Let's talk about how many shoes you got compared to. Let's talk about how many closets. How many, not how many clothes. How many closets?
Okay. But in all fairness, you took me from a studio apartment closet that the closet was the size of a studio apartment to a more regular closet.
To a reasonable situation. I took you from an unreasonable situation.
Oh, whose fault was that?
To a reasonable situation.
Whose fault was that?
What's up, dog?
Oh, be careful. He'll go. You're gonna want to tuck those in because he will go dead ass ninja on them and try to kill you.
Oh, let me tell you something. He'll get ninja back.
Not before he gets those little
he will
stabby
learn
stabbies
to
in.
fly. Flying kitties.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
25 feet long, 8.5 feet wide. That sounds like good to know.
Oh, Paul Honeyman says, so Mike wears Christian Dior when hunting. I'll have to let David know to even the stakes. Well, he doesn't wear it when he's hunting, I'm sure. In fact, I don't even know when the last time he doesn't even wear it all the time. It's like a special occasion thing that he'll wear that, like if we're going out. Like it's not like he wears it to go to church or anything.
I was just making an extreme example.
Yeah.
You know, because if those big bucks get downwind of you, it's really hard to not have a scent. It's going to be something. Yeah. And I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be something.
It wasn't a California closet, Cindy. Even to be fair, the house, our old house, didn't have a closet when we moved in the master bedroom. But we took part of the sunroom that ran along the backside and we built it out into a walk-in closet that was the size of what like a studio apartment would be in California.
No, it was 12 by 18.
Okay, whatever. It was big.
It was 12 by 18. So it was bigger than most bedrooms.
Yeah, it was big.
That was your closet.
Yeah.
And then my office beside it was 12 by 15.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had 33 feet right there. And there was some reason I couldn't cut it right in the middle. Something having to do with something. So I put the wall where I put it and gave you the extra couple feet for your closet. Yeah. It was a giant closet.
It was a giant closet.
Just silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not going to be doing that again.
I've already thought of a way to.
We're not going to be doing that again. We're not going to be doing that again.
To make like the bathroom.
Okay, Jen. We're not going to be remodeling the house.
I'm not saying. Hey, you were talking about remodeling the kitchen.
I might do some work in the kitchen because that makes sense.
There's all kinds of things.
You having a bigger closet don't make sense. You already have a big enough closet, and you have the other closet in the other spare bedroom. I'll bite those fingers and tell you right now. I'll put some ketchup on them digits.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I know. I do miss my big old walk-in closet. I'm not gonna lie. And I miss my pool sometimes, but I don't even think about it, to be honest, a lot of times because the weather is like always shifting here, which I like. I like that we've got seasons here. And like right now it's not cold. It's like, what did I say it was tonight? Like 30 something?
It was 30
something.
It was 35 when I was in the stand and I had to take my jacket off.
It's 52 right now. It says it's supposed to get down to 28.
Are you sure it's 52 right now?
That's what it says. It feels pretty warm to me. Like,
I mean, it does feel warm. So but I didn't think it was quite that warm.
Listen, I don't make the rules.
You don't.
I just report the news. I just report the news. Huh. Well, you know what, Cindy, the kitchen is kind of deceiving. It's actually bigger than it looks. Because I thought the same thing when we first found this house and I saw the pictures of the kitchen here online. I was like, one of the things I was like, the kitchen's too small.
Man, it's gonna be warm all night.
But then when I got here and like looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a lot bigger than it looks. But the way that it's laid out, when you look at it, it looks like it's a lot smaller. Now, do I wish it was more open concept? Do I wish I had an island? 100%. Does it kill me that I don't have it? No, it's fine. Like I can work around
We
it.
put the laundry room in the garage, blow out a wall.
Yeah.
And we can make the kitchen considerably larger and have an island.
Right.
So it's
So
not
we
going
may
to
do
get
that at some point, but
it's
yeah.
not going to get below 45
but
degrees.
it is all built, like everything is built in, so like there's no.
I got to do something with those deer.
Okay, I'm not. That's on you, bro. You killed it.
Either that, or we got to go get some more bags of ice.
There's more ice in there.
Is there?
In the freezer.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't know how many, but I know there's some.
Oh, 1 bag of ice per cooler, and then I don't have to do anything with them tonight. I can do it tomorrow.
You'd have to go look. I know I saw at least one in there when I threw the rest of the biscuits in the freezer, so I don't know. But
you threw the biscuits in the freezer?
They're the frozen biscuits that I got. Crazy. Anyway, what was I gonna say?
Oh, couldn't tell you.
Made me forget.
Must
what
not
I
have
was
been
talking
important.
about. No, it was.
I don't know if it was.
Very important, and then now I don't know. Let's see. Yes, Heather, please hit that like button. Appreciate that. Who needs a cement pond? I would still not be mad at having that. Drywall tools. I must have missed something there, living wild and free. I must have missed a comment or something that's not making sense to me at the moment. I don't know.
Wind at your back. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if I agree with that. I think it depends.
Survived, didn't it? The cold weather stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know if I agree with you on that,
yeah.
Robert. At least not 100% of the time. If I'm trying to rattle, first of all, you got a short window when that works. When bucks attract bucks, it's just when they're fighting over the does. And the mature bucks, look, the younger bucks, you get a 6-point or a 2.5-year-old 8-point to get pretty careless. But if you want that mature buck, you got to figure out how to mask your scent, because he will circle you until he figures out what is over there. And really the only way I can think of to prevent that is to put your back to an open field. Like depending on which way the wind's blowing and which stand I want to go to, if the wind,
biscuits were frozen this last week, I'll tell you that.
If I can have the wind blowing into my face and behind me is a giant open field, that buck is not going to come out into that open field to wind me, or like a cliff or a river or whatever. But for me, like we've got several large pastures, and if I can position myself so that behind me is wide open pasture and the wind is blowing at my face, the odds of that buck going out into that pasture to try to wind me are awful low.
I'm missing something. I don't
but
know.
that's my opinion. There's a lot of different ways to hunt a deer, a lot of different ways to skin a deer. Oh, I just started the conversation.
Different ways to disappear your husband when you have 45 acres too.
We got a tractor back today. Yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Got a tractor back yesterday.
Yeah.
So got that big old pile of compost down there. You could just
roll you into it.
Just roll a body right into that and bury them with the active compost.
Yeah.
Game on.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Woo. I'm telling you. We do not have well water. There's an old well line, but we have not investigated it yet. But there, at some point, was some kind of situation with a well, because there's an old thing for it. But we are not currently on well water.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that. At some point, I'm going to investigate that well and see if it's caved in or see if it's
viable.
Yeah, see if it's viable.
Yeah, we don't know.
If it's usable.
So Mike can get to cutting walls and patching. Oh, I see. Okay. Living wild and free. They're going to loan you drywall tools so that you can start making things bigger. I like it. I like it. Eventually we will. We have to get things like really established on the farm and stuff first before we can start doing anything that we want on the house.
Yeah, the house is 100% functional.
Yeah.
And for the most part, more than functional. I mean,
yeah, the only thing that was bugging me was the one wall color, and it just wasn't my taste. There's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't like it. So I changed that one wall color, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't really want to spend any money on the house until we figure out what our budget needs to be for the farm.
Right.
Like, how much is it going to cost us to do the fencing we need to do? How much is it going to cost us to finish the chicken coop? How much is it going to cost us to build the barn in the spring? How much is it going to cost us to start our flock of sheep?
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty much sure that everything I just said was 50 grand.
That was a lot.
Yeah. So.
Not everything has to be the first year. I mean.
Right.
You know, that's just the way it is.
How many points was the deer Mike got? The one that I shot was a 5 point. It's probably a year and a half. It was a real young buck. And the only reason I shot it is because I was grocery shopping.
Probably 12 stones.
It was like 9 in the morning and I was done hunting for the day and headed back to the house. I stopped at a bale of hay and leaned my rifle against this big round bale of hay and was looking through the glasses over here.
I don't think I have, Cindy.
And all of a sudden I heard a racket over here and I looked and here comes this young buck, like a year and a half old, running down the creek line. So I just picked my rifle up and he jumped right into the freezer.
He just did. He just jumped right in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, like, granted, it was on a much smaller scale, but all the stuff that we did at the old place, I mean, we did over
7
years. And granted, the coop we built kind of relatively quickly. We built that first season.
Right.
But everything else was sort of like over time and as we had the money and were able to do it. So, I mean, there's certain things that we have to start right off the bat and invest in. And then there's other things that we can kind of hold off on a little bit more or work towards making our own, like breeding our own stock for things or what, you know, so there's certain things that we can kind of work with. And there's other things that we'll have to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out which things we can get away with not doing the first year. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Can we get away with not building a barn?
Yes.
Can we get away with not having a flock of animals?
Well,
the first year?
I mean, I think you just do a smaller flock to start with.
No, I agree. But yeah, we need to figure it out.
That gives you time to breed later down the line.
But you know, can we get away with Frankie not getting a horse?
Oh, that's a conversation.
Think about what needs. Think about
that's a conversation for you and your child because you promised her a horse in the spring, so that you're gonna 100% have to talk to her. 100% have to discuss that with her. 100%. Yeah. I'm not getting involved in that. That's full stop for me. I'm not involved in that. Telling your little girl, by the way, I'm not getting you a horse. Oh, good luck.
Have we ever thought of raising quail?
Oh, we've done it.
So we currently do not raise quail, but we still have all the quail cages. And
we just don't have the actual birds. Right
we liquidated the quail before we moved, but we will be starting that back up.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things obviously that we want to get going because let's be real, guys, too. Just like if we don't do anything, then there isn't a farm. There's just a place that has land. So we have to get a few things that we definitely know that we want to focus on, at least started to some degree. That means a few sheep. That means establishing some birds for ourselves. And
we got to be making. We have to be getting. We cannot be buying eggs.
No,
we have not bought eggs in 7 years.
It's stupid buying eggs. I had to buy eggs
Kills
today,
me
and I was like, I don't like this. So anyway, and
then we need to raise enough Cornish meat chickens at least to feed what we eat.
Yeah. So
ideally, we were also selling them.
Right, but that was before when our main focus was poultry business. That's not going to be our main focus now. So I don't know if that needs to be a necessity because price-wise, when you're ordering them and then trying to turn around and sell them out here is not going to be the same.
Yeah, I don't think it.
So
I don't think the
my point is that we have to start the sheep. We have to start some of the things for our own sustainability, and you need to establish the garden at least. A portion, like I know you're going to build onto it over time, but you need to get at least a portion of it established. So I think those 3 things are the things that need to be focused on. There's other things like I can start the quail. That's easy. I just need to get a new incubator. Everything else, that's easy. Like, so there's just certain things that I'm like, okay, we need to kind of focus on those things. We obviously need to finish the chicken coop. That needs to happen first. And then after that, there's going to be things that we can kind of build on as we go. And obviously we need to work on some of the fencing. Like that needs to happen.
Right.
So, because there's not going to be there, like I said, there won't be a farm if you don't establish some of those things. They don't have to be at full speed, but you have to have at least a few of them.
Right. I don't need to fence 45 acres.
Right. We need to fence like that area
I
so I
can
can
fence,
start a few things.
yeah, like 6 to 8 acres.
Yeah.
Right.
Just so I can get started. And then from there, and then I need a couple like lean-to structures and a couple like of those old dog igloos for like when there's babies.
Right.
Well, hey, what's up, handsome?
Well, I was gonna build some little like stable-y looking things out of some of the cedar trees.
That works too.
That I need to thin out.
That works too.
We saw this manger that they made for the living nativity scene in town. And
Tim says, "Come on, Mike, start 10 projects and promise to finish them like most of us men."
Yeah, 100%,
yeah,
dude.
I'm gonna keep them
You
rained
know I will. But anyway, they built this little manger out of cedar trees that were like 4 to 6 inches in diameter, and I loved it. And I thought, man, what a great way to use up some of, because I got a lot of cedar trees that I need to thin out. And great thing to do with those cedar trees is build some little stables for just little individual shelters over in the pasture area for the animals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll get more done in the next few weeks. As far as like the coop goes, because that needs to get finished. We do need to build a chicken tractor because we do have those meat birds coming. And then I need to see about, starting to gear up for, getting a good incubator and being ready to like get quail going and that kind of stuff soon.
Yeah, every time you say the word incubator, I cringe.
Why?
Because how many incubators have you had?
I've had a few.
More than a few. A few would be 3.
Yeah, that's how many I've had.
Okay. All I know is the incubators are expensive and they last 1 year.
No, they don't last 1 year. I had one that lasted a few seasons and then it stopped getting hot. I had another one. And now, mind you, I did not buy this. Part of the reason why I've had to buy multiple incubators. I have never bought expensive incubators. The last incubator I bought was $60. So I have not bought expensive incubators. He's making it sound like I've spent $7,000 on incubators. I've spent maybe a total over 7 years, $300 on incubators.
I don't believe that should be true.
Okay, well, I can show you the Amazon. I can show you the Amazon links to prove it, but whatever. Anyway, and I've used some of them for several seasons, but the last 2 that died on me, they just stopped getting hot, and they would get like hot, and then they would go to lukewarm, and so my birds would like develop and then stall out because the alarm would go off, or sometimes it wouldn't. So I had a secondary thermometer going on. I had it wrapped in towels. I did all the things that you do. And
there was so much stress in the house.
I was checking it. I had to check
alarms are going off.
Yeah.
And she's running around. What are we? Yeah. We gotta fix. And I'm like, just take them outside.
No, I need a good incubator is what I need, and another silky chicken because that one chicken hatched out so many eggs for me. I swear. Yeah. I know. I need to get the same one that you have, Jen. I know.
I want it to live like in the shop or in the garage.
What, the incubator?
Incubator. So
that's
it has
fine.
to be a good enough incubator.
That's fine. I'm gonna get the same one Jen has.
It's gonna get the job done.
They've had that one for a while now, and it's been working really well. And they've hatched out a bunch of quail and chickens in it, and I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
Hello, Oak. No worries, no worries. Happy Wednesday. Yeah. So let's see. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, I know. He was like, oh, because he saw the lights were on out here, and he's like, oh, were you filming? And I was like, we have our live in 20 minutes. And he's like, it's Wednesday? And I was like, yes, it is. But I think having, like, he didn't have work Monday because it was still like the Christmas holiday for.
Yeah,
So
Monday
it
was
kind
the
of just
holiday.
threw him off, and then we spent the day together, and so it just kind of like just felt like the weekend was longer.
I just felt like yesterday was Monday, today's Tuesday.
But it's not.
It's
But it's not. So, but yeah.
And then next week's the same. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure Monday's the holiday again.
Yeah.
Because New Year's is Sunday, right?
New Year's Day is Sunday.
Yeah, so Monday's the holiday.
New Year's Eve is on a Saturday. But we can't get too crazy. You got church in the morning.
When do we ever get crazy?
Well, if I stay up till actually watch the ball drop,
Oh,
that's
I'm not
getting
doing
crazy.
that.
I don't usually stay
Why would
up
I
for
don't
that.
need to see that.
Me neither.
I'll watch the replay. I know exactly what it's going to look like.
It's yeah. Basically, yeah. Oh, he's very all over tonight. He's all about it.
Yeah.
I gave homeboy some prime rib, and he was all about that. And he ate a bowl yesterday underneath my truck. So he's a good little. He's got the hunting instinct. He's so funny.
Yeah, he does.
I wish you would have seen him rolling around in dog hair like it was catnip. It was the funniest thing. I was dying.
He wants to go deer hunting with us.
He does. They have to like lose him before they go deer hunting because
I don't
he's
want
not.
him. Yeah, he can't join us.
Yeah, he thinks he's
not cool.
he thinks he's a hunting dog. He's so funny. He cracks me up, but I don't know. I don't know if they still do because I haven't stayed up and watched it if they drop the ball or not. I think they do. I think they still do like the New Year's Rockin' Eve with fill in the blank. I know it was like Anderson Cooper for a minute. It was Ryan Seacrest for a minute. I have no idea now.
Not gonna be
It's not
staying
the
up till
same.
midnight.
Yeah, it's not the same ever since Dick Clark stopped doing it. It's not the same. Not that he like stopped doing it.
Well, when they did it on the East Coast and when we were on the West Coast, then they dropped the ball at like 9 o'clock.
What?
Because it's 3 hours later.
Right.
So you could.
So you watch the East Coast version.
Right.
Right.
But now we're only 1 hour behind, so you still got to stay up to 11.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not going to stay up and watch it. I guarantee you.
No.
I haven't stayed up and watched it in, I don't know, ages.
For a long time, I always had a gig on New Year's.
Yeah. And then the last couple
For
of years,
my band, that was like our best paying gig.
We went to Charity's house the last couple of years, so we were literally like close to the home. We weren't far.
Yeah.
And then now it's like it's supposed to rain, so I'm like, I don't know.
But I don't think I had a New Year's off for 10 years.
No, like yeah, most of our New Year's, like our first New Year's kisses were like at the bar, both of us working, and like a quick like toast, kiss, go back to work. You know, so that was it. But in fact, I think the first one where you weren't gigging was like, I think was when I was pregnant with Frankie.
Well, I only played at the bar that you worked at like 1 weekend a month. But I think that
you always played their New Year's.
For a while there, he always booked us for New Year's.
Yeah. There was one year where you, I think, worked at the casino and we weren't going to see each other and I was working.
Casino money. Can't turn that down.
Yeah. That's a whole different level. Yeah. But I think we might go do sparklers at Jen's. Oh, well, no, we're not going to do that tomorrow then if you guys are hunting. Unless we go by there later. So.
Well, there's zero chance that we're going to not hunt because we're going to go light sparklers.
No. We just have to do it after. No. It's.
I could be hunting.
Stop it.
But here's a sparkler.
No, stop it. You guys can go hunting and then we can go there afterwards if that's when they decide they're going to do it. We'll see. What? Can I help you, sir? He's like digging in my.
Hey, we all stay up, Jen. I don't know, Jen, about this whole thing that she's talking about sparklers.
We don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you might want to give us a call. Tell us what you got in mind, because I'm not all about sparklers. Couldn't care.
Well, I mean, she like fireworks.
Even fireworks. To me, I mean, fireworks are cool to watch.
Quit digging in my
on
butt.
TV for New Year's. Hey, come here.
He's fine.
I'll get. Ooh, you just rare.
Oh, you're trying to take me away from my mama.
But for me, fireworks are 4th of July. 4th of July.
Well, and like New Year's, that's like what people do.
Dude, he's got that back foot about ready to.
No, that's because it was stuck in my shirt. He's fine now.
I feel like you're encouraging him to be a bad kitty.
No, he's the best. I agree. Jefferson Epstein, he is the best. He's like, well, now that's egging him on. Look at little kitty bones.
Stop it. Knock it off.
He's purring and he's also got his devil eye.
Knock it off. Hey. Hey.
I know he was
Knock
digging
it off.
in my booty.
Knock it off.
He's a good boy now. Fireworks are year round as long as you're out of the city limits. That's true, Oak. That is true.
Yeah, I guess
heard
they're
them a
just
lot,
not as
though.
fun for me as they used to be.
Biddy Boo says that she brings in the new year watching the back of her eyelids.
Although I'll bet you Frankie is gonna love the explosive fireworks. She's gonna want to blow stuff up with M80s. That's what Frankie's gonna do. She's gonna be like,
I don't think they got any M80s.
What happens if we put 3 M80s inside that flower pot? That's what Frankie's gonna do.
Taliban wedding celebration is in order if you don't like sparklers. It's funny. Yeah, we'll see. I've never had like Jen got me some like sparklers that you like light and then they like go up like sparkles.
Yeah, sparklers? They sparkle?
Yeah, I've always wanted to try those and I've never done it.
Try them like a glass of wine? Like, what do you mean by try them?
Like those are the ones that I think are cool.
You want to hold a Class Delta fire in your hand and
yeah, I've saw on TikTok the way that you're supposed to light them so that they go away from your hand instead of towards your hand. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So I'm gonna make those because I've ever since the Flight of the Navigator where they play with sparklers, I've always wanted to play with sparklers. The fire spinning ones. I don't know what that is. It sounds scary. Oh, the thing that goes like this when you light it and it spins off the things and goes.
Oh, I remember those.
That would scare me. Yeah. Yeah, that would scare me, I think.
Yeah, those were pretty cool.
They would shoot shotguns to bring in the new year, but ammo's hard to come by now. That's true. Well,
Ridge Life, another Navy guy knows what a Class Delta fire is. Yes, they are the worst.
Yeah.
Burn right through the hull of the boat.
Catherine wheels, they're called apparently.
Nope, I don't think so.
I don't know. That's what he says. That's what Paul says.
Oh, okay. They may have named them after the Catherine wheel. Yeah, that might make sense.
I don't know. I don't know what a Catherine wheel is that you're referring to. Something on a boat?
No, now I'm gonna have to Google it.
You should Google it. I don't know. So let's see. We're coming to an end here, guys. First of all, we appreciate you. We hope you had a very Merry Christmas with your friends and family and that you're going to have a wonderful and blessed new year. And let's see. We've got right after us tonight, we've got Full Blown Country. I can't think today. I almost said Pure Country, but that's George Strait. Full Blown Country. And then Empty Homestead right after that. And then following that up is going to be my brain is not happy today. Brian at Vineyard Farmhouse with Drew's Lens. So that'll be a fun time.
You have a fog brain.
I do. Like bad.
Oh, also, before we leave, I need to just make sure everybody is well aware Dave can't shoot. Can't shoot straight.
Yeah, Tim
Mike, can.
Tim can shoot. Mike can shoot. David, big goose egg. Yeah. We should get him. What are those guns? Like, we should get him like buckshot, but with like a higher caliber, so he could just like shoot in the general direction of the deer, and it would just shred anything that was out there. Do they make such a thing? An Uzi. Maybe he needs an Uzi. Get David an Uzi. No?
I mean, buckshot is an option for, if a kid is not that good a shot, you go with double-aught buck in a 12 gauge.
Maybe that's what Dave needs.
I think maybe Dave needs some double-aught bucks.
David Big Zero. I know. All right, guys. Love you too, Jen. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. I don't know of the status of this week's video, by the way. for Friday or for Sunday.
Yeah.
Mike and I are struggle busing this week really hard.
We're gonna come up with something.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, remember, no video on Sippin' and Spillin' tomorrow, but you will see one from us on Friday. And we appreciate you guys, and we hope you have a very, very happy new year. And we will see you next time. Bye.